about now. So welcome, welcome YouTube or video watchers. There we go. Now we're ready. Player information, and we gotta be this save game. Second duel is actually supposed to start in 8 minutes, but yeah, well, no.
Will be briefly postponed for it will move up to a little bit late. So, but as of for now, we will continue doing the start of duel number one.
Drivers, to your cars.
We've already gone through the order a couple of times now, but that's okay. Never hurts to talk about the order more than once. 28, 19, 61, 12, 59, 54, 24, 60, 315, 69, 98, 7, 27, 88, 56, and then 38, 22, 95, 4, and 44. Grayson Pimentel alongside us, as well as Aiden Smith.
Nice.
What are your thoughts about tonight's race?
Well, first of all, for the first 5 laps, we see some similar lines going on for the first couple of laps coming into the duel one. But yeah, field positioning for the Daytona 500 to start off the season 2 Southwest NASCAR is coming to make a nice fashion start for the Daytona 500. Who will get into that field position first?
I don't know, we'll find out. You guys can hear the game audio now, right? Good. Well, Donnie might just be behind. Here we come to the Geico restart zone. Pace car takes a sharp left turn to pit road, and like Yagami, the Daytona 500 pole sitter leads him to the green. We're on our way.
Let's go racing, boys.
There are actually quite a few team drivers in this race. The 28-27 teammates for Stash Motorsports, the 61, 56, and 12 also teammates for Builder Motorsports. And then we've got a pair of Black Hat Racing teammates, and then there are 3, the most out of the entire field, or tied for the most out of this entire duel. We got 3 Avery Motorsports cars tied with Niche Motorsports, who also have 3 vehicles in this field.
Yes, we have a lot of which is going to be interesting to see who will go first.
Still double file here at Daytona. 2 laps in. There will not be any pit stops in this race unless the AI decides to think that they should short pit. Because typically the window here is around 36 to 40. And with the maximum of 32 laps, I don't think they're coming to pit road at all this race. Double file, pretty much 4th on back.
Builder, with a person right here, was looking forward to trying to come Alexander Rossi along with the 24 card, which who is going to have to take the first positioning for the next couple of laps.
Now they're 3 wide behind the leaders. That's gonna be Nathan Ormond, and Damien Fenton had a look at the inside. Didn't quite get to where he wanted to, but split second of 3 wide there.
Tight racing going on with these drivers.
And tight racing, that is something that we've always seen at these these super speedway races like Talladega, Daytona, as well as Coca-Cola Super Speedway. And so races like this can be either you can either see a really good exciting race, or you can see a lot of cars try to stay in line and survive just because because you're so close together. If you make one wrong move, you might find yourself sitting in the wall or up in the catch fence.
The inside lane is in this dual race, so we have not seen a lot from trying to take some passes on the outside.
Seemed to be on the apron a lot in 3, and we saw contact in one of the earlier versions of this race with issues, but we saw contact between pair of cars that didn't wreck, but definitely could have led to a wreck, and so we'll have to keep an eye on that. 3 wide now, behind, all the way back here for about 14th position, and that's where Muse Better just got around a couple guys. The 98 on the apron, as we were mentioning, was 3 wide with the 44 and the 3 there. And now it's the 27, 50, 54, and 22 that are 3 wide. That will also get sorted out.
The 28 card of Alexander Rossi, he's doing a great job along with these other drivers who are trying to attempt to, just like the drivers of the number 88 of Emily Winters right there, and the number 24 car.
The 24 is actually Thomas Cassidy. And he just took the lead, but Light gonna pull a crossover and get it right back. Clearly that 28 car has speed. He set the pole for the Daytona 500, and so far he's putting on a clinic in this dual race. Nobody's been able to get around him and keep the spot. Well, Sam Blaney's in a good position to have a run at the lead. But will he be able to do it?
These are tight racings that we love to see, these type of Daytona races and the Super Speedway races, just like Daytona and Talladega like this.
Stills, and now they are single file throughout the top 4, but it won't stay like that forever. As they come back into the tri-oval to complete lap 8. That means that there are now 24 laps remaining in this race.
There was a lot of the drivers who started the dual race that were starting right on top, somewhere of top 15. When shorting down around the top 30, between the 20s right there. Just like, for example, the number 60 car from Racing Hotel started 8th, down 14th.
And oh, by the way, Nathan Ormond in that 95 car, he started all the way back. In what? 20th? I think that 95 started in 20th, and he's come all the way to the front. And now we've got a challenge for the lead. Parker to the inside, and he's got friends. Payson Aries driver Tim Gary and that blank 98 car are going to push him to the race lead, and everybody and their grandmother are getting by the 98 here, or the 28 rather, here at Daytona.
Something happened to the number 61 of Bill. He was like a second with a couple of laps into this duel race. Now he was dropped down to the 19th position right now, following along with the 44 and a 3 car of Brian Ender.
56 gonna take a look to the inside. I think that'll get him second, and the 98's gonna go all the way to the back. It just seems that if you stay, you gotta have the inside lane to pass here, and that's one of the faults of this game. Is that the AI will run the top on the. They try to have at least 2 tires on the racing line. The racing line goes up to the outside wall on the front on the straightaways, but is on the inside lane in the corners, and so this ends up leading to the entire field, or cars getting left out to dry in the outside lane from the straightaway as cars drop to the inside trying to make passes going into the turns, and it's just something that these drivers have to keep an eye on, as this 12 leads from Daytona, but I doubt that 15, knowing his history, I doubt he's going to be content to stay behind the 12 for long.
Now, it's like what you said right here for the couple of laps, is the inside lane has been working a lot, and for 500, but sometimes it goes to the left to the outside lane, depends on where the ends and the radiation of the speed goes.
Well, the 28 still showing his speed. He's already made it back up to position 2, falling in behind the 12. Reminder that this is the very first duel. The second will come right after the conclusion of this one. And Duel 2 will set the outside row. This race sets the inside row. And there goes the 28 to the bottom. And he's going to get the lead back. The 27 is with him. Carter Boyd definitely showing a strong car this speed weeks. And that will put the 28 to the lead. But we'll see if the 27 stays on the inside or if he'll go with the 28. He does. And I think that's going to burn him. Here comes what the heck is his name? Tim Gary, I think is the name. Tim Gary is going to get up to position 2 on the racetrack, falling in line behind Light Yagami.
As once again, what pass from the 28 car of Alexander Rossi to get back. And
that's Light Yagami in the 28. The 9 is Alexander Rossi. She's in the second duel. Yagami up front so far.
Lap 15 out of 32.
Just
for my position right now, but my position right now should be lap 15.
And oh, by the way, on lap 16 of 32 here, we're just about to take the cross flags this time by the start finish line, signaling the halfway point of this race. Now, something they always talk about is one duel being wild and one duel being calm. Which do you think this one is?
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. As a matter of fact, before we even start the duels, we're gonna ask which driver are you thinking?
69 goes to the inside. Nice. And he's going to try and take that nice car to the race lead as the 28 gets hung out to dry. 38 going to stay on the bottom. And he just barely doesn't get there. 69 retains the lead. My coaster enthusiast with the Las Vegas monorail on the side of that Ford Mustang for Black Cat Racing won the championship last season with 2 wins coming at Atlanta Motor Speedway and Michigan, trying to get his first restrictor plate win in this Southwest NASCAR Sim Series. However, he's going to have to defeat a prolific plate racer in this series. Duels has won 2 out of the 3 races here at Daytona, and boy, would you love to see him back to victory lane again.
You know what I'm looking to see who's going to be in victory lane? How about the effort of the number 3 car of Brian Anders? Remember, he was in 21st in about like 5 laps to go. Now between 3rd or 4th.
And he's going to go for the lead. Here comes Brian Anders down on the bottom. Lap 19 of 32. 3 wide behind them. As they get closer to the end of this race, I think these drivers definitely going to be making an attempt at the win and being a little more aggressive than they have been earlier in this race. We may see a wreck. If any time, it's going to be right in this section of the race. Brian Anders, your leader.
I think we're going to expect to see a close finish coming to the end of this race. Only 12 laps to go.
It'll be 12 when we cross the start finish. A lot of double file action, but cars shuffling in and out of line. And there goes the 98 to the inside with help from his teammate. Side by side for the race lead. And Pierce gonna go back up, help the 3. Down the backstretch they go. Damian Fenton on the inside. He's gonna push the 98. And I think that's gonna get Tim Gary the top spot from Daytona. He's in the catbird seat now. He's got to play Pied Piper at Daytona. He wants to win this thing.
And Brian Anders doesn't have any.
And never count that 4 car out. He's already up to 10th. And if he stays on that inside lane, he's got a pretty good shot at it. Still plenty of time, coming to 10 laps to go. '98, the race leader, and now he's got a teammate behind him once more, and Emily Winters. Lap 22 of 32, News Better has been stellar at Daytona all these speed weeks. We'll see if he could go 3 for 4. And it would be amazing if he actually went back to back in the Daytona 500. The only driver that has not, or the only other driver that has won at Daytona other than News Better was the number 9 of Chris Ganaban last season. But as you probably have already noticed, he's not in this series this season.
Yeah, that's unfortunate luck for that driver.
unfortunate that he didn't find a ride in time to start this season. And 59 looking to the inside on the 4. That might be an issue for Mew. This might be the beginning of the end for him. Unless, no, the 59, with no help, he gets passed by several cars on the outside. And there's oh, wreck! Turn 3! Coming to the caution flag, the 98 has the lead. And caution is out. Pepe the Frog wrecks in turn 4.
Oh, God.
And this is the first wreck of Speed Weeks. And it's exactly what we're talking about. The 12 gets onto the apron, and the apron's going to send him back up the racetrack, and he just gets into the 19 car. 19
Now,
up the racetrack into the 22, and it's a it's a small 2-car incident, but it's still a wreck.
So we're gonna remember we were talking about this was 3-wide racing. Whether it's gonna win is the middle lane is always the risky one to take if you're gonna be on a 3-wide positioning. It's very tight at Daytona compared to Talladega. Talladega is super wide. It could be easily for these drivers who are in the middle lane of 3-wide, but in Daytona it's very risky.
Nobody comes to pit road, but that's because with this caution flag, they certainly can make it to the end. Now the question becomes, how many laps to go will we have when we take this green flag?
Now, if we have a caution during the last couple of laps, for example, 3 or 2 laps ago, they might consider us up if they come to enter pit road for any potential tires or gas to adjust their cars a little bit better to get themselves faster in the compete to win. Now, this is going to be interesting what it can be like for the next couple of laps.
So the 98 is your leader. That's Tim Gary. Then position 2, Cole McElroy in the 61. P3 right now, Damian Fenton in the 44. P4 is the 54 of Joey Maddox. P5 is the Flash winner and the Season 1 Daytona 500 champion, Muse Better. P6, the 88 of Emily Winters. P7, the 59 of Sam Blaney. P8, the 28 of Light Yagami. P9, the 95 of Nathan Orman. 10th is the 24 of Thomas Cassidy. 11th, Brian Anders in the 3. 12th, the 56 of Cody Goforth. 13th is Ben Pierce in the 15. 14th, the number 7 of Jimmy Johnson. 15th, the 60 car of Racing Pimentel. 17th, the 69 of Coaster Enthusiast. 18th is the 38 of Jacoby Kingston. 19th to 12 of Parker. And 20th, unless I miscounted, but last right now is the 27. But time for some NP 2003, am I right? NASCAR Pacing 2003 season?
Yep. So, with that caution, we probably have to figure out to know who are going to be starting very last. Depends on whether the conclusion after this, the Duel 2 race, which is going to be upcoming short, following this Duel 1 race.
And a reminder, for those of you who don't understand how the duels work, Daytona 500 qualifying was Tuesday after the clash. That and all of the drivers that earned odd positioning made their way into this duel. Then the finishing order of this race sets the starting lineup for the inside lane of the Daytona 500. Light Yagami, the pole sitter for the Daytona 500, just has to survive the craziness that is going to be the end of this race. He can try to win it all he wants, but he's definitely got to keep that car in one piece if he wants to keep that pole for Sunday's race. Lights out on the Pigs car, and 2 retirees after that first wreck. That's the 22 and the 19 out of this race. And we'll be coming to the restart here with 4 laps to go. Caution after this point would end the race. So if we have a quick yellow, whoever races back to the line first will win it. Let's ride on board with the number 4 for this restart. On board with the number 4 who is better. Currently running in the 5th position. Pace car will be in this lap. Pace car will be in this lap. And the field shifts down into first gear, ready to go for the restart. That 98 will lead us to it. Green flag is back in the air.
Boys, it's gonna be a showtime.
Looks to the inside of the 4. And that 4 is going to get hung out to dry. I don't think that he's going to quite be able to do it. He's going to lose a lot of ground by staying in the outside lane there. Still single file most of the way through this field. Cole McElmore drops to the inside. He's going to try and get P2. Mew back down to the bottom. Builder, P2. He's got a shot at it. Down the back stretch they go. Mew's better, working with Emily Winters. And has some help from Light Yagami, the pole sitter. No, he doesn't. Light looks to the inside. He'll take that spot away.
Wow.
And the 54 took second away from Builder. Here comes Emily Winters. And looking to the inside, Joey Maddox.
Oh my gosh.
Could he get the lead? 2 laps to go. He was better back on the bottom. 3 wide behind. And the 98 leading here at Daytona. They go up the racetrack. Here comes CD.
Come on, fella.
No speed out of Emily Winters. Can't catch the 54. And the 98 of Tim Gary will lead us to the white flag. 1 more lap remains in this Can-Am Duel presented by Credit One Bank. He was better gonna go with the bull sitter, and that might be a smart decision. But I don't know that he's gonna be able to get to that top position. He might get third. Here comes Muse Better. He had a look, but he got back in line. That could cost him. Like Yagami, coming, he's got to run. We'll see if he does anything with it. Off turn 4, coming to the start-finish line. As they finish, the 98 wins his Can-Am Duel. There's the finish of the first duel. We'll get a quick screenshot of that. And that'll do it for the first duel. Final results: Tim Gary in the 98, Light Yagami P2 in the 28, Muse Better finishes a respectable third in the number 4, Nathan Ormond finishes 4th in the 95, Joey Maddox finishes 5th in the 88, the 88 of Emily Winters finishing 6th, Ben Pierce in the 15, 7th, and Cole McElmoyle 8th, Rayson Pimentel in 9th, Cody Goforth finishing in 10th, the 44 Damian Fenton in 11th, 12th was the 69 of II Coaster Enthusiast, 13th the 59 of Sam Blaney, 14th the 27 of Carter Boyd, 15th the 3 Brian Anders, 16th Jacoby Kingston in the 38, 17th was the 24 of Thomas Cassidy, 18th the 7 of Jimmy Johnson, 19th to 12 of Parker, and 20th Carlos Tavares in the 22. 21st was Matthew McCarthy, and those two drivers wrecked out of this race, and will start at the tail of the field for the Daytona 500.
What a start. What a start for the Speedweeks at Daytona.
Well, it's not even the start. This is the second. Was only the second race of Speed Weeks. Moving on now to duel number 2. And let's get into this race.
Drivers, to your cars.
And so let's go through the field here for the running of the second duel. Rayson, take us through it.
Now, as like we got through it to the number first race of the dual race, we like to congratulations to the number 98 car, which he did a very good job to start trying to get into the front row for the Daytona 500. But the remaining question is, could he keep the positioning while these drivers are going to be trying to qualify for the Daytona 500? So, as like you said, the last two cars for the that were involved in the wreck, unfortunate for them, they're going to have to start the rear for the Daytona 500. But overall, we see some intense racing throughout these couple of 32 laps. But yeah, we see some ups and downs.
And so here we go for the Southwest starting order. On the pole for this duel, the number 9 Napa Toyota Camry, Napa Auto Parts Toyota Camry of Alexander Rossi. P2 belongs to Andy Cooley in the U.S. Marines Ford Mustang. That 9 car, a driver for Team Cassidy Racing. The 1 car is an independent. Starting in third is the 33 of Ray's Ken, or Kenneth Laura, whatever he's feeling like being called today, in the ISM Connect Chevrolet Camaro. Rolling off in fourth is another independent car. That's the number 6 Chevy Camaro, Pipestone Lazard. And then the first team car of the field rolling off in fifth. That's Flashy McClashy in the 18 Southwest Airlines Toyota Camry. Then Winterwolf starts in sixth in the Pennzoil Ford Mustang for Builder Motorsports. Starting in seventh is the 78 Furniture Row Toyota Camry of none other than Adrian Add for DNP Racing. Rolling off in eighth is the 13 of Matt Wynn in the Turtle Beach for Ford Chevrolet Camaro for himself. He's an independent. Starting in ninth is the 26 of Matthew Dial in the Kmart Ford Mustang for Stash Motorsports. And then the 89 of Aiden Smith rolls off 10th for Black Cat Racing. 11th is the 10 of Brandon Del Pino for Team Cassidy Racing in the Credit One Toyota Camry. Then the 83 of Niall O'Hare, that Chevrolet Camaro will roll off in 11th, I believe. Yeah, that's 11th. 12th will be the number 8 of DNP, the Geico Toyota Camry for, you guessed it, DNP Racing. Then rolling off in 14th will be the 20 of Kevin Bassard for the Switch Toyota Camry for Team Cassidy Racing. Rolling off in 15th is the 00 of Alexander McSpeed, the Tide Pods Chevrolet Camaro. And then starting in 16th is the 92 of Esko Laukkanen, another independent Toyota Camry driver. Rolling off in position number 17 is the 45 of James Youngman for Niche Motorsports. And then to his outside is the 25 of David Don, the Nationwide Ford Mustang for Stash Motorsports. Then the 5 of Payson Avery grids in 19th in the WeatherTech Ford Mustang for Avery Motorsports. And rounding out the top 20 is the 79 Black Cat Racing Coca-Cola Ford Mustang of Chip Ganassi. Last on the field today is the 51 of Max Weisner in the Goodwrench
Drivers,
Chevrolet Camaro.
start your engines.
And that driver and that car is another independent. Field rolls off here. Ace car is going to lead them to the green flag. I'm actually going to need to quickly, in graphics, turn off the structure shadows, but that's just a visual thing. This race about to get underway, 32 laps once again. This race will set the outside lane for the Daytona 500. Alexander Rossi, the driver who needs to get through this in one piece. Racing.
Yes, sir.
Where do you want to be for this duel?
Where I would be? I would say for this one, this is going to be on the outside lane. So if you finish first in this duel, then I believe you're going to have the second spot, which is going to be in the outside lane. Depends of the later whether decides to be the inside or the outside. But for here, I would like to finish somewhere around the top 10, as it appears when I see on my screen.
Well, the front row has already been decided. First and second cannot be won by these dual races unless the 9 wrecks out, and that would only get you second. Green flag. We'll see if this duel is a calmer one than the previous.
So DPN, what do you have on this duel?
The name is DNP, and I think that this duel, well, yes, there was one wreck in the previous one. I think this duel is going to be, it may have a couple more wrecks than the last one. We'll see. The 9 of Alexander Rossi, the race leader. Now, a lot more team drivers in this duel. The 9 for Team Cassidy, the 18 for DNP Racing, the 78 for DNP Racing, then the 26 for Stash Motorsports, the 10 for Team Cassidy again, and then the 89 for Black Cat, the 21 for Builder, and then the 13 for, the 13 is his own driver, the 8 for DNP Racing, the 45 for Niche Motorsports, the 5 for Avery Motorsports, the 20 for Team Cassidy Racing, and then the 79 for Black Cat Racing, and the 25 running out your field is one of the drivers for Stash. So teammates, definitely going to be your friend here at Daytona. Use them wisely.
Yeah, these are what you need. Sometimes teammates will have a in no time, but it would take some time for it to get in the best lead position up there.
Single file for the top 3. They head off for turn 1 and 2 once again.
The 9 and the 70 are battling for a long without leeway. So far, the 9 car is maintaining lead the first 4 laps.
And the 9 and the 78, both Toyotas. You also gotta wonder if those two are gonna be working together all this race because of a manufacturer alliance. Because that has been a talking point of a lot of the plate races this season, and more recently, ever since the 2016 500, manufacturers and teammates working together to ensure that one of the drivers from their manufacturer wins the race.
Yes, sir. We have 3 Toyotas right there. With here, what is currently to be the 20 car, and then the other one is to be the 19 car on there. 89.
This was checking the sound settings. 26, your leader, and an independent driver. That's the 13 of Matt Wynn, who never won a race last season. He's going to try and take the lead away from the road course ringer Matthew Nile.
Yeah, way to go pass by the number 26 car.
There goes the 13 up the inside. This race right here will only be the 3rd time that a driver other than Muse Better will have won a Daytona race. And also, by the way, guys, give a big fat hello to Builder in the chat right now. That is Pure. And
Hello,
Builder managed to finish pretty well, I think, for the first duel, but didn't quite get the win. But still a strong performance for him.
Meanwhile, the number 13 car takes the lead away from the number 26 car. Right with behind him of the 13 car is the double zero.
Build, I love how this race gets delayed. And yet you still miss the start. It's funny. Yeah, Muse Better was in last for a little portion there towards the end, and then he managed to get up to third. Possibly could have won it. As the 13 continues to lead here from Daytona. And the 89 gonna try and get a sniff of that draft.
Yes, sir. As we see right there, we got some 2 4s on the track. So along with the Ford and the, I can probably see a Toyota. No, that's a Chevrolet.
Couple of Fords in positions 2 through 5, or 2 through 4 rather. But they're kind of getting broken up here by some Toyotas, or by a Toyota and a Chevy that are trying to get into this mix. 2x2, third on back. Now, those of you who missed the first duel, you missed the only caution so far Speed Weeks, and that was for the 19 and the 12 getting together. The 19s came down on the 12 heading into turn 3. 12 hit the apron, came up as well, and the 19 ended up looping it, put it into the wall, and collected the 22.
They were 3 wide at the moment, and the I believe the middle car was about to come down, but it realized he didn't have theirs, so that was cost a caution.
Definitely think some of these drivers learned from the mistake that the 19 made that will put him to the rear of the field for the start of the 500, but you also got to wonder how much less aggressive these guys are going to be, knowing what could happen. Well, there goes the one to the inside for the race lead. He'll take it away. And the 13's got no friends.
Good pass
One's
on
gonna
number
make
1.
an idiotic decision as well. Payson Avery to lead. Oh, we got a car on the apron. That was the 18, and I thought he might come back up into the field. Somehow he saved it.
What a good save right there. And we're still green at the momentarily.
And here comes the 10. He could have a run on Avery as they come off of 2 and down the back stretch. Two by two throughout the field here at Daytona.
Coming by 13 out of the 32.
Side by side now for the lead, and the car that started last in this race is up to first, 3 by 3 behind him. And a car on the wall. That was the 1, I believe. Managed to get back to double file by the time they get to turn 3. 92 on the apron again. 51 Max Weisner, your leader. For now.
Max Weisner in that good range that was driven by Dale Earnhardt Sr., but the difference with this number is the 51. So far, this is going to be a nice inning show for here. That
one car was on the wall the whole way down that but they're still 3 wide. '51 Max Weisner started this race in dead last, and now he's all the way up to first. That's just the advantage of the draft. Anybody can get anywhere from anywhere.
Yeah, what a good sequence of driving for the 51 of Max Weiser. As like you said, he started from last while the race started for pool number 2, and now look where he's at. He makes big way on top of the top.
No, that might have been a calculated decision. The 51 went up the racetrack, allowed the 10 to get some semblance of hope, and then he crossed him over and takes the lead right back. But here comes DP in that 8 car. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more, or it could also save you the lead. DP up to second. Cross lines next time out of the start-finish line.
Intense battle between the guys that are on the top 10. Interesting going there. Remember, slide.
59 right in behind the 50, or the 79 rather, right behind the 51. Chip Ganassi trying to put a chip on the shoulder of Max Weisner, possibly get him to make a mistake under pressure. Cross lines, meeting the halfway mark of this race, that time by the start finish. They will go to work.
Oh, we're halfway there. Wow, living on a prayer.
Now might be a good time as ever to go for Fox Sports, crank it up.
Mike check.
And that was your Crank It Up here for the Southwest NASCAR Sim Series. As you saw, the 92 and a couple other cars, several other cars actually, getting around that 51, and even the 54 took the lead for a period of time. Things starting to shake it up as we are on 10 laps to go.
Two laps to go. We saw the 51 was at like somewhere around 7. He is at third, trying to get past the number 83 car and trying to get to the positioning where he was before, trying to take it away from the 92 car, which he is currently leading as he just dived into the inside on my screen.
51 trying to get to the back bumper of the 92, get that race lead, and have some fun here. He is there, and clearly that 51 has definitely done what he wants to do for the Daytona 500, because right now he's going all the way from starting in position number 42. He's all the way up to position number 6. And that would be a net gain of approximately, what, 36? Yeah, 36 for this 51. And good news for him, they're all single file behind him.
Yes, sir. We said like months ago, started last coming into the dual race number 2 right here. And look where he's at right now. He is at second, which...
Well, that's not going to be there for much longer. There goes Kenneth Laura to the inside. '92, Esko Laukkanen, the Finnish driver. Could he become the first Finn to win a race? We know that Canadians have been able to do it. We know that Americans have been able to do it. But the question is, can a Finn do it? Or can, even in the 500 race, can a German do it? The 33 takes the race lead here from Daytona. And that 92 gets left out to dry.
We might gonna see lead changers going on for the next couple of laps. As you saw right there, the 33 like dove onto the inside along with the 20 car and 26 along with that side. We could see that this is going to be a tie racing coming to the end with almost 5 laps to go in the duel number 2 to conclude the dual races, and then we can move on to the qualifying. That would be in a couple of days short.
Well, these dual races are the qualifying races. So once we finish with these, we'll be able to move on to the Daytona 500. And there goes Matt Nile up the inside. He's going to take the lead back. Had the lead very early on in this race. Now we're inside 5 to go.
Now the only question is, can everyone survive this race? Remember, we saw the last race of the duel where we saw the first wreck of the duels going on and the first wreck of the Super Speed Week. Those two drivers were unfortunately going to start rear of today's 500. Can anyone survive with only 4 laps to go?
And oh, by the way, look who's running towards the back here. That's the driver who has qualified in P2. If he were to get caught up in a wreck, he would lose that starting position. There goes Ad. To the inside of Winterwolf. Coming to 3 to go. How aggressive will they be?
It seems like the inside line has been getting a lot of these drivers to keep going the speed right here. The left lane has been pushing a lot, but it's not enjoying it. It has been working a lot for these drivers.
79 of Chip Ganassi up to P2. And we saw him up here earlier. He was trying to get around the 51. Didn't quite... Well, he did get the lead, I think, at one point, and then he got passed right back. He's not going to even keep second. So they get frisky behind the race leaders. 26 out front. '79 taking second or 2 laps to go. Will we see a last lap pass at Daytona? We'll find out. As the 21, and along with many others this race, hits the outside wall. There goes the 79. He's gonna get to the inside, trying to take the lead away, and he will. But Payson right behind him. Here comes Payson Avery up the inside. He had a look. The 79 was there. Down the back stretch they go. Payson Avery up to position 2. Could he get the win away from the 79? He's going to be content to get back in line for now. Avery riding in behind that 79. He'll go with him. That might just be the race right there. So Payson's teammate wins Duel 1. He'll get P2, but it's Chip Ganassi who wins his duel race. And there's the final standings. Chip Ganassi first, Payson Avery second, Flashy McClashy third, David Hahn fourth, Matt Nile fifth, Brandon Del Pino sixth, Kenneth Laura seventh, DNP eighth, Ad ninth, Kevin Bassard 10th, Pipestone Lazard 11th, Winterwolf 12th, Andy Cooley 13th, Alexander McSpeed 14th, Alexander Rossi 15th, Aiden Smith 16th, 17th, Matt Wynn 18th, Esko Lekkonen 19th, Niall O'Hare 20th, James Youngman, and 21st. Running out your field, Max Weisner. So both of the drivers on the front row going to spend some time working on their cars. They have officially guaranteed their spots on the front row of this race. The rest of the field will start from where they finished in their respective duels. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this one. We'll see you on Sunday for the Sim Daytona 500. Until then, I've been Dean P. Alongside me has been Racing Pimentel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.